I don't want to go to school. Handling morning anxiety. You know those mornings, the ones that turn your insides upside down as soon as your child's voice wobbles. I don't want to go to school. There's the pit in your stomach, the tug on your sleeve, the tears at the door, and you feel completely torn. One part of you aches with their fear, wanting to scoop them up and never let the world hurt them. The other part is watching the clock, thinking about work and that gnawing pressure to just get everyone out the door. And in those moments, it feels like whatever you do, you lose. Either you let your child down, or you drop the balls everyone expects you to juggle. If you're nodding and feeling your own stress rise just hearing this, you're not alone. So many good, loving parents wrestle with these mornings, often in silence, afraid someone will judge them or their child. But here's the truth. Morning anxiety, especially about school, is more common than we ever talk about. It isn't about you failing as a parent or your child being difficult. It's about a nervous system that's working overtime, a brain that senses separation as a big deal, and the deep, deep attachment your child feels to you. And today, I want you to not only understand what's going on under the surface, but also walk away with a calm, practical, real parent plan you can use the next time those tears show up at the door. We're going to talk about why these feelings show up, how you can support your child's growing brain and confidence while still getting on with your day, and exactly what to say and do to make mornings less stressful for both of you. Before we dive into the practical steps, if this is resonating with you or if you've ever felt torn during a tough goodbye, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and share in the comments how old your child is. Hearing from you makes these conversations real for other parents who might be quietly struggling just like you. Let's start by naming the real pain behind those "don't make me go" moments. You might see your child clinging, hiding, maybe sobbing as you try to wrangle shoes, backpacks, and coffee. Your heart cracks because you know school isn't bad or dangerous, but for your child, that moment of leaving, you can trigger genuine worry. This is actually their attachment system lighting up. For young children, and even older ones on tough days, separating from a parent feels like a survival-level stress. Their bodies react the same way ours might if we suddenly lost sight of someone we love in a crowded place. The science here matters, and it should give you comfort. When your child says, "I don't want to go," and starts to panic, their brain thinks there's a threat. The part that controls logic, talking, and flexible thinking, the prefrontal cortex, actually goes a little offline. What's left running is their emotional and survival brain, flooded with big feelings and stress hormones. It's not that they're being manipulative or using crocodile tears. They're having a real emotional emergency, but in a small body. And you're right there with them, caught between wanting to soothe and having to move. Nothing makes a parent feel more powerless than realizing there's no perfect fix in the moment. This is where wise parenting offers you something that old-fashioned discipline never can: the freedom to choose connection, validation, and skills over shame or tough love. Here's what few people tell you: by making emotional safety your first move, you're not giving in to anxiety. You're teaching your child's brain how to handle stress, recover from fear, and build real-life confidence over time. Every morning your child feels seen, soothed, and understood. You're actually wiring their brain for resilience and healthy independence. That calm moment won't always change the outcome overnight, but it changes everything for their long-term emotional health. Now, let's get really practical. On tough mornings, start by normalizing the feeling, not dismissing it. Imagine instead of "you're fine," "there's nothing to be scared of." You sit beside your child and say softly, "It sounds like it feels really hard to go today. Sometimes new things, or just leaving home, can feel scary." Just pausing to acknowledge your child's fear eases the shame. It tells their brain, "My big feelings aren't dangerous or weird. I'm not alone." It's a basic in Revend. This is where your role as a brain builder comes in. Before you try coaxing or convincing, use a body-based calming strategy. Children can't process logic when their bodies are tense and anxious, so help them reset physically. You might try having your child shake out their hands, stomp their feet a little with you, or even do a few silly jumps by the door. Other families swear by deep balloon breaths, where you pretend to slowly inflate a big balloon together, then gently blow all the air out. The goal isn't to fix every feeling, but to send a message. You can feel big feelings, and I can help you through them. Once your child's body starts to calm, you can use a short goodbye script, a predictable phrase they hear every day. Ritual is a powerful comfort for kids. You might develop a special goodbye handshake, a whispered rhyme, or just a loving statement like, "I love you. I'll see you when the school bell rings, and I know you're brave, even if you feel worried." Over time, these little rituals become an anchor in the storm, helping your child feel safe enough to face the moment. Now, let's talk about the internal wrestling match. You want to be calm, but you're on the clock, and your own anxiety bubbles up. Notice how your tension can increase your child's, even if you're not saying a word. Pausing to take your own deep breath, even just for a second, signals to your child's nervous system, "We are okay, we can handle this." And if it's a truly rough morning, give yourself permission to go slow for 1 minute. If you're feeling behind or overwhelmed, that's normal. Remember, even getting out the door with tears is not a sign of failure. If you've been handed advice that sounds like "just drop her off and leave fast," or "don't be such a softie," I want you to know emotional safety isn't weakness. It's the foundation of healthy independence. Each time you support your child without shaming, you're gradually building their confidence to handle hard things, not rescuing them from reality. If any of this feels like a relief, or if you wish you'd learned these ideas sooner, pause and let me know in the comments about a goodbye ritual or phrase you've tried. Sharing your stories is what turns tired, isolated parents into a community. And if you know another parent who battles morning anxiety, consider sharing this video. Sometimes, just hearing "me too" is more powerful than any script. Let's return to what you can do in the moment, especially when nothing seems to be working. After you've validated, tried some body-based calm, and used your goodbye ritual, you may still have a child who cries as you walk out or drives off. That's okay. The measure of success isn't 0 tears. It's "my child knows I care, and I believe they can get through it." If the goodbye is always a wreck, debrief with your child later in the day, not during the stress. After school, when things are calm, you can say, "This morning felt really hard for you. I saw how upset you were. I wonder what might help next time." Sometimes your child will have ideas, a small comfort object, a picture in their pocket, or even a plan to see a favorite teacher right away. Involving them in making the plan gives them agency, which is the opposite of anxiety's grip. For some families, creating a predictable morning rhythm reduces anxiety too. Try preparing as much as possible the night before to minimize rush and confusion. The more the environment feels calm and consistent, the less your child's nervous system anticipates chaos. I want you to hear this deeply: school refusal is never a sign of a bad parent or a broken child. It is nearly always a kid's way of saying, "Separation feels scary," or sometimes "something at school feels hard." If worries persist, or if other big changes show up like sleep regression, big nightmares, or mood shifts, always feel safe asking your child's teacher, school counselor, or pediatrician for help. Many schools have beautiful support systems. You're not supposed to do it all alone. If you take nothing else from this conversation, please know your patience and empathy will do more for your child's resilience than any push to just toughen up. You're raising a child whose brain learns from experience, and every time you respond to fear with gentleness and grounding, you're planting the seeds of lifelong confidence. As we wrap up, I would love for you to try just one small thing from today's video, maybe a new goodbye ritual, or even just pausing to say, "I see you're worried. Let's take a breath together." And tell me in the comments, what's one win, big or small, you've had when your child struggled with school refusal? Your story could be the lifeline for another parent tomorrow. If this helped you feel a little more hopeful, please like this video. Make sure you're subscribed to Calm Roots Parenting, and share this with a friend who might need a little morning resilience. And if you're ready for more on building confidence and calming tough transitions, check out our next video on after-school meltdowns. Remember, You are doing the brave work of building your child's emotional strength one ordinary morning at a time. You and your child are both learning. You don't have to be perfect, just present.